The Forever Purge. The fifth one.
Wow.
It started in 2013. It's one of those Blumhouse franchises that really got big. First one had Ethan Hawke. Basically, it's set in the future America.
Yes, and I don't think it's that far into the future.
The way things are looking, yeah, but we won't get into that.
No.
They're called the new founding fathers that are sort of running America. They instituted this thing called the Purge to keep crime at bay. One night of the year, 12 hours.
12 hours, yes.
You can go out and kill and murder and do whatever you like.
Yeah, and you won't get prosecuted.
And, you know, from the get-go, to me, it just sounded like such a ridiculous premise. Because you kind of think about it logically, it's like, how would anything like that ever work?
Really?
Ever.
And the fire department and the police won't be dispatched, no emergency services, you are literally on your own.
Or you can either lock up and sit it out, or you can go out and act like a fucking animal.
Participate.
And that is the thing where what it boils down to, you know, it's very much, there's always quite a political statement in these movies. While some people will just enjoy it as like a crazy action/horror movie with people just going out killing and murdering, but well, it seems it's like a far-fetched premise.
Yes, it is.
Because you think morally, most people will not go for that.
Yes.
But now if you have a kind of fascist government that decrees stuff, and that's what happens, whether you agree with it or participate or not.
And if you look at the Forever Purge, it's supposed to be set in 2048.
I think so.
Which almost seems like too far into the future.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's not futuristic enough.
It feels like that could happen soon.
Yeah.
Maybe not on that grand a scale, but...
But now the difference with this one is, all the previous purges, it's set usually within that 12-hour period, and it's usually focusing on people who are not very keen on the situation, who have to try and survive.
Dodge it, yes.
And you have your scumbags, just bloodthirsty, masked people going out to pour shit. Yeah, because the chicken shits. Because you can then go and then kill your boss, and then his wife won't know it was you.
I guess, yes.
Which is ridiculous, because just imagine it, I think after one night, half the population would probably be wiped out.
Yes.
If you could do that. But yeah, it's easy thinking about it and saying it, but to do it is a whole different story.
Yes.
So it also speaks to the moral fiber of society and people. That's why usually when the story focuses on, say, a family or a cluster of people who are trying to do the right thing.
To do the right thing, yes.
Yeah. Now, all the Purge movies, which is interesting because it never really happens. It's usually different writers constantly. But James de Monaco, he wrote all of these, and he's also directed the first three.
Oh, okay.
But I saw these in such a weird sequence. It was like the third one, the second one, the third one, the first one, the fourth one, and the fifth one.
I think I saw the first one and then the third one.
I don't know. I didn't even think you saw the second one at all.
No, and then I saw the
Election Day
one.
and did you see the first Purge?
I saw the one that was set in the sort of Bronx area.
Yeah, I think that's Election Day.
That's Election Day.
And the first Purge obviously is like
where Ethan Hawke is in it.
Yeah, that was the first one, but not the first one. The first movie, but not the first Purge. The first Purge is called the first Purge. Okay. But now this one is set in El Paso, kind of Texas area.
Yes, which makes it quite nice because the others seem like it's quite sort of...
very urban.
Urban.
City, suburbs.
Where you sort of expect all hell to break loose.
Yeah. So this is like a border town, and you have two characters. Is it Adela and Juan?
Adela and Juan, yes.
Like 10 months prior, they made their way to the States.
Yeah, they sneaked through the border.
And she's working in like a butcher, and he's working on a farm with horses. And then this family where he's working, they're also they're not keen on this purge thing.
No.
So they also lock down and stay in. But there are people who are kind of...
Yes, and there is like this slight dynamic between Juan and the main the main sort of character.
He's very American. He's not very keen on Mexicans.
And Juan is a better sort of cowboy than what he is.
Yeah. And his wife's pregnant, so you've got all these dramatic factors in there.
Yes.
So the next day, they sit it out. Now, usually that is where the whole movie is set.
Yes, within that 12 hours.
But now, word went around that the purge is going to continue. They want to make it the Forever Purge. It's
but
a group of people.
It was like a COVID.
Yeah.
It wasn't sort of public, it was like underground.
Online messages and...
like these idiots operate.
Yes. So they think it's over, but it's only really getting out of hand.
Yes. So when everyone goes out the morning and they think everything is sort of, they're starting the cleanup, it actually then starts.
Then the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
So, long story short, they need to get out of there. And ironically, where people usually want to get into the States, people want to get into Mexico.
Yeah, because Canada and
Mexico
opens up their borders for a 6-hour period to help Americans to escape. Because this thing is now like nationwide. It's affected the entire United States, and shit got real.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's very much. If you look at sort of the bad guys, they really made a point of sort of shaping them around, I would say, like the patriot, the true patriots, so sort of the type of person that would have stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, the January 6th
The January
folks.
6th crew.
You know, you've got, as before, it's just lots of action, lots of suspense, lots of close calls and violence and real asshole characters that you know, okay, this is the main asshole, and when he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it.
And then also interestingly, and a bit that I really enjoyed and that I loved about the movie is the people that really end up helping are Native Americans. Like the true Native Americans.
And obviously it's something that they, not even close to condoning the whole situation.
At least there was some eye candy in the movie. The two Native Americans were like...
You and men with long hair.
They were very gorgeous.
Although he was about 60-something,
No, but he was gorgeous, and then the younger guy, there was a younger guy as well. Yes, very sexy. But it's interesting that they used that sort of idea. Like I think the people that's been sort of persecuted the longest in the whole history
and sort of forgotten.
They are actually the heroes in this story, which I enjoyed. I thought it was nice.
And you know, also what these movies do, it sort of forces people who don't want to get into the situation, kind of force their hand because of other assholes who do that.
Yeah,
the people who don't want to be violent have to get violent. It's far more political than it comes.
There's a lot between the lines. I think a very
and blatantly
also, but it very purposefully is sort of aimed at the situation as it is today. And I think a lot of people probably not gonna enjoy the sentiment of the movie, at least.
But I'm just hoping, assuming that most people watch it just for like a bit of an adrenaline rush, you know. Whoever the characters are, it's like, I don't think too many people side with the bad guys in these movies.
No, although I do think in this case, it's like when I watch a vampire movie, I always side with the vampire. It doesn't matter.
So when a right-wing racist watches The Purge, he'll side with it.
They'll side with the redneck.
Fair enough. Okay.
Or you would hope that it would not be the case, but I do think.
Yeah, I don't know if these movies will convince people to look at the way they look at the world. I don't know. I don't think it could be.
Yeah, it was heartwarming to see how any group of people, if there's a need.
You have to stick together.
You have to stick together.
It's like, you know, like with America, the whole thing was with the September 11, which has its 20th anniversary coming up, how that kind of brought people together.
Yes.
And whereas today in the States, it is completely the opposite.
Yeah, it's very polarized.
They don't have a common enemy, they've become each other's enemies. That's why it makes these Purge movies far less far-fetched.
Definitely this one as well, and also ironic that, like you say, that people can escape, that Mexico offers escape route for them.
Just like you have recently Texas pretty much banning abortions, and a week later Mexico
decrees that it's
that
it's constitutional. Yes.
The whole world is just flipping around.
The whole world is on its head.
Yeah.
Yes, but an interesting movie. It was nice to watch. It's action-packed and moments of quite like tenseness. And only critique that I've got, and maybe it's just me, but there's one particular scene towards the end of the film that is where they hide in that house, where I couldn't make out.
Yeah, it could have been the cinema. The contrast could have been a bit dull in the cinema.
I was quite lost there, and I was just hoping that my guys were winning.
We watched the press screening. I mean, it was very rough, handheld, dark, dusty.
Yes.
Lots of fast cuts.
And for a movie with such a strong sentiment, it didn't come across as too sentimental or too sugary.
But what also made this different was they actually got a Mexican director, Everardo Goat, to direct it. So it had a different flavor than it always had, because it was kind of slick, violent action.
Yes.
It seemed a bit more gritty, more like a Western.
Yes, and this also seemed more that it felt more realistic to me. I mean, there was obviously in the beginning of these people in these costumes and stuff that seems a little bit over the top.
Yeah, they're always ham it up as well, like masked killers do in movies. But
yeah. But I think all in all, I really enjoyed it, and I'm not a huge fan of the franchise. I don't go out of my way to watch it, but this one I quite enjoyed watching.
I mean, after 5 movies, you'd think, fourth one usually starts going.
But the time was right for this one.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping it interesting and expanding it.
And you say there's another one in the works.
Another one in the works, and I'd never watched the TV series. I mean, that could just carry on forever, because you can have an absolutely different scenario with different people,
but
different parts.
You run the risk there of it becoming like The Walking Dead, which has become a soap opera.
A violent soap opera,
Yes.
But I don't know if I think it was 2018, 2019. I don't know if they've gone beyond 1 or 2 seasons, or if they're just going to keep milking it. If the cash is there, they'll keep doing it.
If there's viewers, they'll make it. Yes.
I don't know if it'll kill it. Nowadays, it's so difficult to kill a franchise that is very successful, like Fast and Furious. They've got animated spin-offs and character spin-offs.
Thank goodness I know absolutely bugger all about that.
I've seen a few of those, but not my favorite. Not my favorite. Family. Fucking ramp and fly into space and up buildings in Dubai. I don't know.
I'm so mean.
Although,
what's that arc?
Triple X. We can't remember his name. I am Groot.
It just shows
This is good. This is good. I'm glad that I cannot remember.
Me too.
Vin Diesel's name. Yes.
Yeah.
We forgot Vin Diesel's name.
We forgot it, and it's.
I mean, Charlize Theron is in there now, and flipping The Rock. It's the biggest gross. I mean, besides all the Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible movies. That's the biggest action movie.
Pedigree. It's proper. It's what
and you have
Bond movies used to be.
And you have a Scientologist nut that is so obsessed with getting shit right that
he gets it right.
It's extremely well made.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Don't sue me, Tom.
No disrespect.
Yeah, we enjoy those movies. But
yeah, I love it.
Not Fast and the Furious. But now we digress, as we do.
Yeah,
we probably have to rate this. I think I'm going to give it a 6.
I had a 6 in my head as well.
Okay, well then 6 it is.
Yes.
6 it is.
Definitely go check it out. It's a nice movie. You'll be on the edge of your seat.
And at the time of its release, you know, it's also now back into the cinema. So if you want to
Yes.
take the chance, if you've had your vaccine, if you think you're safe enough, have your mask and they squirt your hands when you walk
Just do
in,
all the protocols.
then you can go watch it in cinema for a change.
It's nice. I wouldn't have wanted to see this on a small screen.
But you can. But to me, these movies, it's yeah. Personally, I don't mind watching these. Just stream them or. But
Yeah.
if
The
it's
cinema
if you're a fan, but
experience
these
is
movies, you'd be
special.
surprised how many fans these movies have.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be glad that it's back in cinema.
Yes.
And before we know it, the 6th part will be here, and we'll probably have another 4 parts added on as you watch this. You can probably, in a few years, click on and playlist and go on to the next ones. Yeah, just check out all of our other reviews while you're here.
Yes. Give us some suggestions.
A like and a subscribe
Yeah.
and a ting-a-ling tang.
Yes.
That's what you have to do. And we always put our little thing up there, but we never say it. Go check out our Horrorfest merch store.
Yes.
T-shirts and
There's some cool stuff.
all kinds of,
People in Japan seem to like it.
yeah.
Thanks, Japan.
But we'll see you on the next one
Yes.
and catch you later.
Cheers.